Imagine one awesome band, one awesome song, and an app that creates a radio from that song. So now we have a new playlist with songs from different bands. The algorithm brought us together. We heard those songs, we contacted those bands, and then we heard what those bands had to say about themselves.
Hoy vamos a hablar con el chabón de B.U.D. ahora. Estoy muy emocionado porque es una de las bandas que más me gusta actualmente.
A mí me encanta cómo trabaja las guitarras ese chabón, boludo. Los acordes, los sonidos, la verdad.
Y la canción que tiene el pianito de Spice Girls, necesito saber si es por Spice Girls o no. Es la primera que vamos a hablar con él, lo vengo escuchando hace meses y la realidad es que quiero saber. Porque si llega a ser por Spice Girls, lo voy a amar más todavía.
Oh, qué buena banda. Qué buenos arreglos. Tenemos que hablar con él.
Tenemos que hablar ya con él. Ya tenemos que hablar con él. Well, we have Omar here from the band B.U.D. How are you, dude?
Doing good. How about you?
Well, my name is Juan Pablo. You can say John, you can name Juan Pablo, whatever you want. And here we have...
Here is Martin, but you can call me Martin or Martin.
Okay.
What you like the most,
Martin.
Omar or Omar?
For you guys, you can do Omar. I know how you guys say it in South America, so you can go with that.
So,
Yeah.
here's the thing. When we heard your band for the first time, we became a huge fans because one thing you have with your band, it's like the sound of the music, the sound of the drums, the sound of the voice, the sound of the guitars. Dude, tell me how you produce that. How's the process? Because you sound very well.
Yeah. So the tones and everything and just like the mix of everything, I try to capture as well as I can with my equipment at home in my studio. But I do have to give a lot of, I have to give a lot of credit though to the guy I go to who's the main producer. His name's Anton DeLost. I've also worked with another one called Derek Hoffman. And they really helped me get what I tried to produce, but in the more audio engineering side of things, to cut through the way it does in the mixes. Like every time they send me the first mixes, I'm the type of guy, I send mix notes, like 3 pages of mix notes. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. You're going to hate me at the end of this. But with those guys, I had like maybe 4 or 5 lines because they understood what I was trying to do. But yeah, like we really care about the tones and vocal delivery and the sound of drums when we're tracking this, because I come into the studio with the songs already created and like as best as I can explaining what the vision is, because you can never explain it fully. So there is like a lot. Not anything that's released right now. That the goal is like it's something I'm working on constantly. Maybe it's because I'm not confident enough in the production aspect.
Okay.
But I'm learning. Yeah. So I can't take full credit on the frequencies of everything, but
on the techniques and everything.
On the techniques, yeah. That shit is for people who like, I don't know what those guys have, but I'm more so the songwriting and the vision of it all. So I wish I could take credit for
write the lyrics?
For the audio engineer.
You write the lyrics too?
Yeah, right.
Music and lyrics.
Music and lyrics, yeah.
Just by your own, or with some of the
I like to collaborate here and there. So for example, What's the Point is like the first thing I ever wrote for B.U.D, and that was music and lyrics were all me. And then I'd say 80% of lyrics is me. My roommate is also a musician, so when we moved in together, the first thing we actually, because we like to work with each other on music, I showed him Marty, and it was just instrumental.
My favorite song, by the way.
Yeah, honestly, good choice. It's a tune. And I had like this idea where, obviously the verses are very groovy, funky, almost like hip hop. And then the chorus is just a massive rock anthem. And I was like, I want to try like talk singing.
When I heard the song, I thought maybe on Beck for once. And then you have the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's like more hard rock, but you have
Yeah.
a hip hop part. It's like, dude, this guy can do everything, you know, in the middle of the song. So what's the
Yeah.
influence? Because I want to know the influence behind the song.
Of course. I'd say Marty is a good example of my general influences. So obviously, number one, you mentioned it already, Beck. Beck is like a massive influence because he does like he's like a folk artist who incorporated hip hop beats. And I always thought that was so cool. I don't know much about either of those genres, folk or hip hop, but I like the feeling.
I know what I mean. Yeah.
And so yeah, obviously Beck, Beastie Boys are a big influence on me right now, and like 90s rock. So like
How old are
Smashing
you?
Pumpkins. How old am I? I'm 27. So
27.
rock
Okay. Okay.
stage. So and I've been doing music for like 10 years since high school. Like it's like songwriting is something I've been working on constantly, and I always wanted to have a song like Marty where I have all these influences in one song. It took me a long time because usually when you're working with too many influences, you can't make it work. It's just like, it sounds like crazy, like doesn't make sense.
No, but it's the
yeah,
freedom. It's the freedom behind the process because you can recreate all the influences and then looking forward for your identity, your sound, and
Yes.
I think you made it because when I heard the song, I heard you singing, but I heard a lot of influence behind the song. You know, it's like
Yeah.
you singing through the influence. you
That's
know?
my favorite thing is like you can tell the influences, but as the song itself, in my opinion, I don't think it sounds like anyone. Like the song itself,
yeah, sure.
it couldn't be by anyone else other than B.U.D, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
or me. So that's my favorite thing. And yeah, influences are crazy. And I'm like, when I heard Marty, I was like, finally, like, fuck, there's more than just like one feeling in the song.
And what's Marty about? What's the name behind Marty?
So yeah, Marty is about, like, I moved to the city a couple years ago, and Marty was the first song I wrote. It's about just living in the current world, having to pay bills, having to be responsible to survive, having to deal with bullshit politics that affect our everyday life, but also, in spite of all of that, wanting to enjoy life, wanting to party, wanting to, you know, it's really a song. It's like the way I view it is like a full day of being in the city. You wake up in the morning, you walk to work, you know, you're the sounds of the city, and then you fucking struggle at work, and then after that you can do whatever the fuck you want. If it's a Friday, you go party. So it's like a soundtrack to a Friday.
Think I lost my job and now I need a new one. Here's my resume, I guess I'm Caucasian. Sun still shines but everyone's snoring. Who the fuck's up at 6 in the morning? Now I'm flying, so lucky. Only fill up at the Texas Buc-ee's. I left my town, got a little buzz, and ended up with a little band called B.U.D. I feel it coming, feel it going. I need the words to tell the story burning in my soul. I see it coming, see it going. 'Cause I ain't scared of missing out, just wanna go, go, go. That's a little slow when it's all subtitles. Gonna have to check if I've still got vitals. Paycheck here and your hydro there. No wonder there's a problem with class warfare.
So tell me about the production behind, because you already talked about it, but the sound, the hip hop sound, the noise is right there. The what about it?
Yeah, that's me playing with samples and just like playing like rock riffs over hip hop samples. So I download like you search on YouTube like hip hop 90s Beastie Boys-esque kind of beat, and I put it on loop. I use Logic Pro, and I really like, I think that day I started writing, I was like super into the Hives and like
Oh,
just
wow.
indie, and I was like playing these power chord, bar chord chords over hip hop beats. And when you jam into these hip hop beats, you kind of get a cool flow going. It's not just like straight downstroke. It's kind of like, you know, you're fucking around and getting this groovy, very like Beck kind of chord progression. So that's how it started. And then I am obsessed with like, you know, Nirvana is like a big influence there, like quiet, loud, quiet, loud. So quiet versus loud choruses. And I was like, okay, yeah, this chorus, when it hits, it needs to explode. Like, it needs to be like a blast. In Toronto, there's like a big rock scene or punk, like alternative music. It's the hub of that genre in Canada, being that it's the biggest city. So there is a scene. There are people that go to shows, but it's not as strong as, say, like the rap scene here. Like the rap scene here it's one of the strongest in the world.
Yeah.
Right now it's hype everywhere. The rap scene is hype everywhere, but the rock scene, I think one of the most gorgeous things about your music, it's like you put the rap thing like back with the rock thing. You know, it's like, okay, maybe we can mix it like the Beastie Boys did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, but with modern sound, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, the drums on the song Marty sounds spectacular. It's amazing how the drums can bring you the explosion on the head. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell me about the drum sound.
The drums, okay, so I like write the drums very basic. I'm not a drummer whatsoever. I've never owned a drum kit. My experience with drums is a MIDI keyboard on Logic Pro and just like pretending I'm like in the Foo Fighters or Nirvana, just like, you know, like smashing. So, but the person who tracks it is my friend Nathan, who is kind of in the band, kind of not. He went on to do Real Life, so he plays when he can. But the drums are, I always just want it to be like Dave Grohl. Like either it's gonna sound like Dave Grohl or it's gonna be very Beastie Boys programmed drums. So that's
Who doesn't
like,
want to sound
for
like
me-
Dave Grohl, right?
yeah, that's it. That's
Actually,
it.
I am
Everyone wants to.
Yeah,
but
actually,
I don't know.
Nowadays, I'm studying the drums because I produce in our bands and other artists, and it's so important to know about the drums and know about this rhythmics and all that kind of stuff that I don't know how to say it, embellece or
Yeah,
nutre.
because he plays guitar. He plays everything, but basically, but he plays like bass and keyboards and everything.
Guitar.
And now he's learning to play drums because one thing we learned about Dave Grohl on the interviews, it's the guy once say like when he played the guitar, he's like the playing the patterns of the drums. You know, it's like the rhythmic section here, right, with this hand, and here the melodics, and you have the bass, you have the snare, you have the hi-hat right there, and he thinks the guitar with the drums. You know, it's like, okay, this guy knows about rhythm, but he also have the melody. You know, it's like the fucking genius about the hits. You know, it's all.
I hate him so much.
It's all bossy.
Yeah, that's something that's always resonated with me with Dave Grohl, because some of my favorite bands growing up were like Green Day, Blink-182, Oasis, and all of these bands, right? And I think only two bands that stood out to me guitar-wise was like Dave Grohl's work and also Tom DeLonge and Blink, because they don't play just downstrokes or like, you know, like a guitar player should play. Like you said, they're playing drums with the guitar. Like they're doing triplets, they're doing everything. And Dave Grohl is like I fully agree with you, because it's a cohesive thing. It's like the way the song works when the guitarist is playing drums as well. It just makes it more interesting and less straightforward. Straightforward's good sometimes, but you know, sometimes you want a little flavor.
And it's kind of difficult too, because it's like you have 3/4 and then, okay, what about the melody? I'm a singer, right? We write together. we are in the process of writing music, we're like brothers, right? So
Nice.
he write a song, and then I have to put the melody, and I think, okay, maybe this song it's 4/4, 3/4. It's like, right, okay, it's not the same, you know, but it's a challenge, you know, and you learn about the process, about the music, about everything when you have to think in 3/4, 4/4, and that's important because you have the rhythm, you have the melody, whatever. But one thing you should know about us, it's this project. I mean, now we the name of this band is Capybara. I don't know if you know what capybara means.
Is it like? I think it's like a type of animal, no?
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's an animal from here, from South America, from
nice.
Argentina. And the name here is carpincho. But
Okay.
universally, it's known by capybara. So
The scientific
Yeah.
name is.
before we named Capybara this band, the name of this project was In Your Honor, because it all started with a documentary about Dave Grohl and the Argentinian crowd. How you say football in Canada? You say soccer or football?
Everyone here says soccer. I say fuck them. It's football.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the crowd here, it's like a football match. You know, it's like when you see bands playing live here, whether the Foo Fighters, Oasis, or maybe I don't know, Stevie fucking Wonder, it's like everyone is yelling like, yo, it's everything like a soccer.
It's like they scored a goal.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I know.
So he came here 2018 with Queens of the Stone Age. Big stadium, was a huge show, and the crowd that night was insane, you know? And the band was insane too, because when you have the band insane and the crowd insane, it's going nuts, you know? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you come to concerts to see the bands, or do you just come to the concerts to fucking sing your own songs? Because I like it. A lot. How about this? Why don't you fucking start a band and I'll come see you fucking sing every night? How about that?
So we started a band.
Wow, that's so cool.
And we thought maybe we can do a documentary about it and record the process of starting a band for Dave Grohl. And that project was called In Your Honor, because In Your Honor, it's a record from the Foo Fighters, it's a song from the Foo Fighters, but we thought maybe the concept of the phrase In Your Honor, it's like, okay, this is In Your Honor, and in honor from the audience from Argentina,
That's
whatever.
perfect. Yeah.
And then Taylor Hawkins died, sadly. So we
rest in
thought,
peace.
well, maybe this is a good chance for us to start a new wave with this band, but we have to rename it, because we can call it In Your Honor. So that's when we thought about Capybara, because it's like,
Nice.
it's an animal from here. The words know it, so it's a concept.
Also, we sing in
That's
English.
perfect.
So
Oh yeah, we sing in English, so it's
Yeah, I heard.
It's
I checked
have
out
you
the
heard
music.
Capybara?
Yeah, man. No, it's like
Did
it's
you
so
like
funny
it?
that you mentioned Queens. Yeah, I love it. It's because you mentioned Queens of the Stone Age, and now it all makes sense. Like, it sounds like in the greatest way possible. It's like I definitely heard that aspect in it. It's so cool. And I heard the Capybara song too. It's funny.
Well, that's thanks to our producer here. We have we work with a huge producer here. His name is Alejandro Taranto. He works with everyone here. And he thought maybe you can put that noise, that sound that you like, and instead of being the Foo Fighters band from Argentina, you can do your own song, you know. It's like,
Yes.
okay, find your own sound, find your own songs.
Yeah.
So maybe we thought, okay, can we play loud, and although maybe melodic, it's like, okay, we want to try it.
Do you wanna get me high? Do you wanna get me high? Do you wanna get me high? Do it right.
Yeah, the way it works, like B.U.D. essentially started as like a solo project almost.
Okay.
Before that, I was in a band that was like a real band, like 5 members, everyone doing everything together. But as you know, sometimes you grow apart and you disagree on things, and you're just like,
As
all right, well,
usual.
fuck you guys, I'm out." Exactly. But this experience I had, we're all friends now, but back then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a band my way. So I started it myself, and it's almost like I'm like the director of it all, and I have my friends come and play with me live.
Okay.
So that's how it started, and I did everything myself. I did the songwriting, I did the business side of it by myself, which means I pay for everything by myself, and then which sucks, but
Okay.
yeah. So, and my goal was, over time, I'll meet people who understand what B.U.D. is, what I'm trying to do. Because I came from a very emo background, like growing up playing music, because that's what was accessible to me. No one wanted to play like Foo Fighters sounding music or Oasis sounding music. We all wanted to be like emo and like grungy and sad. So, so I didn't know anyone who wanted to be in a band like that, and I was very picky because in my old band, it's like everyone had different influences, which is very cool.
That's cool
But-
because you have another look of the world, basically.
It's true. It's true, and it's just that sometimes, while all those influences are cool, you're not going to get the vision that you see or that you want, because some people disagree and everything. So it started out as just like, this is going to be me. I'm going to do everything by myself and have my friends play live. And then I remembered I had a friend who's now in the band. His name's Connor. We like the same music. We both like adore 90s
I think it's your
British
photographer,
culture.
right?
Yeah, well, no,
Wow.
he is a
You're a
photographer.
paparazzi
He's a very
in
good
Canada.
photographer.
I'm a big fan, dude.
Ah, okay.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's a photographer. But our friend Colin is the photographer.
All right.
I don't know why I forgot his name for a second. That's, if he sees that, he's gonna be cheesed. But so Connor like fit the bill. He fit perfectly. He gets it. Because we wanted the band, or I wanted the band to, when it started, I'm like, okay, there's a very specific thing I want to do, and I want to pretend I'm in the 90s. Like, I want when I go on stage, I want to feel like Liam Gallagher and just be an asshole, like, just have fun.
A rock
and,
star.
we got
A rock star.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I would go on Twitter with like 90 followers and be like, I'm the biggest fucking rock star in the world. Let's fucking go.
I think
and
that's
there's still part-
the important thing here, because if you don't have the attitude to
Yeah.
become yourself a fucking rock star, or maybe you thought you're thinking, I'm the rock star. I don't care if you have 50,000 people, 20 people, 10 people. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking rock
You're still a
star.
rock star.
It's
Exactly.
the attitude,
And that was the thing. B.U.D. was created as that for myself, because when I was in an emo band, my presence was very mopey. I'd be like,
Oh,
How
shame.
old was you
Shame.
at that moment?
I started that band when I was like 17, and
Okay.
it went up until 23 or 24. So this is like, and then the pandemic happened, so
Yeah.
All
no
right.
bands can start during the pandemic. Well, I did, but it took 3 years to play a live show. So B.U.D. was like, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna, because I always have loved, I don't know, everyone loves confidence or like believing in yourself. And rock and roll and rock music has always given me that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something now that's that's giving me a muse to be a rock star. Whether there's, like you said, 2 people or like 30,000 people, it's the same. It's just like, I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna rock out and fucking whip my dick around. I don't know. Like,
Is it
just
working
owned
with
it.
with bands right there? Because here, the problem here in Buenos Aires, not in Argentina, because Buenos Aires has the main scene here, but Argentina as a whole has a lot of bands. But the problem here, it's like that you say before, like, if we had 20 people, maybe we don't work. You know, it's like, and that's sad because you have to try. You know, it's
Yeah,
like you
of
have to
course,
try.
of
You
course.
have to show your music, you show your art to everyone. And if they like your art, if they like your music, maybe you can bring some fans to your world, and then those guys are gonna talk with their friends and, hey dude, you have to listen to this, you have to listen to this. So nowadays with this platform like Spotify or YouTube or whatever, maybe we can have access, everyone can hear your music right now. But the thing is, it's not for everybody because
Like, it's like, you know, there's so much, so many people trying to do music in the world. Like, it's insane. And you have to, I hate saying the word compete because I'm not competing. But it's like you're fighting for attention amongst all these artists.
Right.
And there's like this driving factor I've learned where if you don't love it yourself and you're not doing it for yourself, but also to share with people, then you're going to get eaten up in that pursuit for competition, because the first bad thing that happens, like, you don't get the show that you wanted, or you lose out on a record label to another band, you're just going to give up, and then that's all that's written. And I don't know, I do care about people coming to my shows. I'm not going to pretend I'm saying I'll play forever if 0 people come out, but like, I can go pretty long playing to 0 people before I give up compared to most. And that comes out of the love for it all, right?
right.
And I'll say I love playing to hundreds of people more than I love playing to 0 people. But the core of it all is that I love the music, and
you have to love the music first
Yeah.
before you love the audience, because if
Of
you
course.
if you don't love your music, it's not worth it.
People can see it.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen so many bands, big and small, where one member is just like losing their mind, and I'm like, that's cool. I like that. And then there's one guy on the side who's just like, when can I go home? Am I gonna get paid? Like, this sucks. And I'm just like, okay, that ruined the show for me, because like
Right.
all of us, everyone's having fun, and then that one person's like sucking.
You want to
energy
see the
away.
magic, not the person. You know.
I want to see a cohesive thing. I want to see, like you said, like the Argentinian crowds, they're singing their own songs. They're going crazy. The band's singing their songs, and everyone there is going off.
Right.
Everyone, and that's like the beauty of live music, especially in rock music. So when I don't see that, or if I don't feel it, there's something wrong, and I'm just like, this isn't what it's for.
You have to tell me how you made the dun 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 dun. Please tell me. Tell me.
I'm hesitant to give the real answer, but I'm sure everyone knows the answer. I was listening to the Spice Girls, and I was
I
like,
fucking love you, dude.
I was like, I fucking love this intro. Like, and I think that day I'd watched like a Noel Gallagher interview where he said something along the lines of like, I rip people off all the time, I just add my own taste to it. And I was like, okay, if he said it, I'm gonna do that too.
Amazing.
I just did it, and I remember I sent it to Connor, I sent it to my friends. I have like a group of friends that I send my demos to, and I remember hitting send and be like, oh no, like everyone's gonna say Spice Girls. And to my surprise, and maybe because they didn't want to hurt my feelings, no one said anything. And I was like, okay, like sick, I'm getting away with stealing here. Let's go. And then
What they say eventually? Now you know?
sorry. So I went to the studio and I showed the producer, and he's like, "Is that a Spice Girls riff?" And I was like, "No, it's not." I was like, "Maybe."
It depends if you like it or not.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, "Are you saying this in a good or bad way?" And he's
Right.
like, "I don't know." He's like, "I don't know." And I think the old me would have been like, "No, I'm scared of like seeming unoriginal," but I think now I just love creating stuff. I don't care how it came to me. All I know is that it came to me, and I'm gonna create something with it.
Right.
So I'm owning it now. I think when I first released it, I was like, "This is the worst. I'm gonna get exposed. Like the Spice Girls are gonna sue me," and I'm just like, I'm nobody. I'm like, so yeah, that it is. The Spice
Dude,
Girls.
if the Spice Girls are gonna sue you, that's a good thing. You know?
Yeah, it means I can meet David Beckham. Like I'll be happy, you know. Like
I smoke, I drink, I do all lots of things I wanna do. But you come back and make me feel like I am still subdued. I'm going blind to the thought of your pursuit. So I smoke, I drink, I do it all to forget you.
With the song, what's the point of this?
Yeah, so what you think is wrong with me? I think about it like I think about the weather. Yeah, 'cause I'm alright, love, I'm okay.
Please tell me you like Weezer, because I heard Weezer on that song.
Of course, it's the Weezer chords, as
Yeah.
we say. Like
You
that
like
song is
Weezer?
all Weezer chords. I love Weezer. They're like, honestly, when it comes to guitar tones and guitar chords, they're like, yeah, Rivers Cuomo is
Rivers
like a big
Cuomo,
influence.
right? Are you touring right now? Are you playing?
Yeah, we had a couple shows in the not a couple. We had a few shows in the summer, just around Ontario and Quebec here in Canada. Those were fun. We're doing one more show in a couple weeks in London, Ontario, not England. And we were gonna do a tour at the end of this year, but so I don't know if you guys know, with Canadian bands, when we need to tour outside of Canada, we need to buy visas and we need to buy.
Oh, really? To go
rentals.
outside Canada,
just-
you need to buy visas?
Yeah, like in the United States, you need something that's called a P2 visa, and then that's even like that's a cost on top
Just
of
like us,
van
dude.
rental. Yeah, exactly. It's you guys can relate. I think, like, I'm lucky that I'm in North America and it's easier to get around. So I can only imagine what it's like for bands outside of North America to want to come and play up here. It seems like a nightmare. Like, so you understand, like, we want to tour like the world, and we're gonna do it. It just takes time to like save up costs and
It's money.
and everything.
It's money.
It's money.
It's
At
all
the end
about
of the
the
day,
money.
like if I was,
It's all about the money and
That's it.
organization and meetings and projects and projection and whatever. But the thing is, we have to tour together.
Please.
Next
I'm
year we are gonna
so
tour
down, man.
together. We are gonna
let's do it.
go to the States, maybe Canada, and tour together.
Do Canada. Yeah, I'm 100. And we need to come down to Argentina. Like
You have
we
to
were talking
come down
about
to Argentina.
You're more than
We were
welcome.
talking about Argentinian crowds, and my favorite thing about crowds down there is you guys sing the guitar riffs.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you don't sing the words, or that you sing like the whole song.
Well,
Yeah.
I have two examples of that. One,
Yeah.
it's Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam.
Mm.
First time he came here, he cried, dude, because he wouldn't believe it. He was like, I mean, you sing the guitar parts, for Christ's sake. It's like he won't understand.
We were talking in the back. This has to be, as far as your voices and your energy, of all the years, I think this is the greatest audience we've ever played for. Esperar. I mean, no one sings the guitar parts, for Christ's sake.
And then
Yeah.
Mike Patton from Say No More.
Yeah.
You know the song Epic? That's a classic one.
I don't think. Maybe if you played it, I'm sure I'd know it.
It's
but
like
nothing new.
you want it all, but you.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
And they're singing that.
there's a piano at the end of the song.
Yeah.
The dun 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 dun, and
Yeah.
the crowd started to sing the fucking piano, dude. It was
Man.
amazing.
You guys, it seems like they like to sing the guitar parts and the bass parts better than the vocals.
You guys sing very, very well.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And
So
my
beautiful.
and my Python said, I think you like more the rhythm part, like the song vocals. You do it.
And my words, yeah.
So you have to come down
It's
here
good you
and
guys love
sing
the
Marty
music.
with us.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm so down, man. I also want to say I love Argentina. Like, I'm a big football fan, and I want to say this to you guys because you'll appreciate it. My whole life, I was a Ronaldo guy, and then
Oh, no, we
last
don't
year, last year I was like, I'm an idiot. The last 26 years of my life, Messi for life.
No.
like,
Well, here's the
forever.
thing. Here's the thing. It's like
I love
like
Messi.
the Beatles and Stones and Oasis and Blur and whatever.
Yeah, they're
It's
all
like
great.
you can like both, you know.
Exactly.
We
Yeah,
have to
no, I
enjoy
know,
it
I
because we are in the same era of these guys, you know. It's like
It's true. It's true. I just like I'm very passionate about supporting people. Like Christian Romero is like my favorite. I'm a Tottenham fan, so I love Romero, Cuti Romero. So I just love Argentina. So I have to say that.
Well,
you're like
I have
strong
I-
people.
I will
You're
ask you
strong people.
later
Yeah, exactly.
about that
Yeah.
because I understand. Even the mother of Cuti Romero prefers him than Messi.
Yeah.
Well, dude,
Love it.
it was a pleasure to talk to you. We love your band. We love your band.
Yeah.
We hope to play with you sometime soon. So
I'm sure we will. We'll make it happen.
we keep in touch, right?
100%. 100%. Thanks for having me on here. I really love talking about music with you guys. It was very fun.
Thank you, dude.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Bye
So,
bye.
yeah.
Buenos noches.
Nos vemos.
Rebellious, modern, fresh, determined. We could keep going for hours with kind words about this band. That, in essence, is the vision of an intrepid young guy like anyone else in the world. When we record this meeting, Omar was planning a tour with his band. Something that in today's world is very difficult to do for any artist who takes his first steps in music. 2 weeks later, Omar decided to suspend all activities because his family, original from Palestine, was suffering the consequences of a new conflict with Israel. One more example of his courage, his values, and the bravery facing what he considers to be constant oppression of his people does nothing more than deserve our eternal respect. We hope that madness and the ambition of a few can end, and we hope Omar can play again with his band, called B.U.D.